let's go ahead and get started with tip number 1, balance calories. Okay, so who knows how many calories you should have, like on average in a day? 1,200, 2,000, 1,500? Yes.
Depends on your weight.
It does. You're right. It depends on a lot of different things. It depends on your weight, your age, your height, your activity level, and other biological factors. But at the end of the day, it's all about So 2,000 calories, that's just on average. Some people need more, some people need less. But 2,000 is a good number to work with. And that's always, later whenever I go through the food label, that's what the standards are based on, is 2,000 calories. So how do you balance your calories? I like the scale. I thought that it was cute. A hamburger or an apple? I picked the hamburger. But how do you balance your calories? Well, when someone asks me, how many calories do I need a day? I ask them first, what is your goal? Are you looking to maintain your weight? Are you looking to lose weight? Or are you looking to gain weight? Because either one of those 3 options is going to be a different calorie level, okay? So obviously we know what we need to do to gain weight. I'm very good at that. For weight loss, it means obviously you're either eating less or exercising more. Or maintenance just means keep on doing the same thing you're doing if you're not changing anything on the scale. So what are the factors that it takes for balancing your calories, and how many calories do we need? Well, it depends on a lot of different factors. It's kind of a complex formula that goes with age, weight, gender, height, and activity factors. So 5 different principles go into how many calories you need a day. So again, 2,000 calories is a good average or rough estimate. A good way or an easy way to find out how many calories you need a day, if you just go to choosemyplate.gov, they have it's not a calorie counter, but it's a calculator where you just put in your stats and you say what your activity factor is, whether you're sedentary or you exercise maybe like less than 30 minutes a day, or maybe you're in construction and you work a lot. So anyhow, that tells you how many calories you need a day. For me, personally, I need about 1,800 calories if I want to maintain my weight, which I find is it's very easy to get 1,800 calories, especially here in Texas. But anyhow, so how you can tell how many calories are in the foods that you eat, you can read the back of the nutrition label, which I'll teach you guys how to do in just a little bit. You can go online to Choose My Plate, and you can type in the food item that you're looking for, and it's going to tell you the calorie value. You can even Google it. I mean, Google has. Have you guys seen this? It's really cool. It's a really cool nutrient comparison. You can type in apple versus bacon, and it's really, really neat. It shows you obviously the profile for an apple and then profile for bacon, and then from there you can choose which one's a healthier option. Which, as if you didn't know already. Yes?
Do you actually just put in Google apple versus bacon, or is there a program you go to and then you put those 2 ingredients?
You can put apple versus bacon, or you can do like apple versus bacon nutrition calculator. Yeah, and it's going to come up. It's really cool. Or maybe even type in Google apple versus bacon. You can also check the product information, ask your suppliers or your brokers, or even go to restaurant websites for nutrition information. I know with Cisco, we have product information on basically everything that we sell. I know that it's available online, and if you can't find what you need online, you can always contact us and we'll get that information that you need. How many calories, and also for balancing calories, how many calories do you need to burn when exercising? So, does anybody know how many calories you burn if you walk up and down 10 flights of stairs?
300.
Enough to make me pass out.
Yeah.
Not enough.
It's not enough, exactly. It's about 50 calories if you just go up and down 10 flights of stairs. How many people do that? How many?
None. 0.
Not anymore.
Well, good for you guys if you do that. I know I work on the 10th floor, and it's very challenging to think about only reducing my calories by 50 if I go up and down a flight of stairs. But do you, right. Well, I mean, to me, that sounds like torture. But with physical activity, think of things that you like to do. And do the things that you like to do so that you're burning your calories, so that you don't have to either eat as much or you can eat just the same to lose weight, okay? So think of the things that you like to do. Maybe it's gardening, maybe it's walking, maybe it's climbing a flight of stairs.
I'm not saying I like to climb. I'm just saying I do as opposed to taking the elevator.
Oh, okay. Well, good. See, that's a great option. Small changes can lead to big rewards. So yeah, maybe it might be like a flight of stairs per day, but if you're doing that every day, it's going to make a difference. So good. I'm glad that there's some stair climbers. But think of something that would be a good activity for you to do, and that's how you can either balance your calories or reduce your calories. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys this question. Who knows how many calories it takes to burn 1 pound of fat?
3,000, 2,000, 4,500.
What is it?
Well, I just gave it away too quickly, huh? You guys can read the slides.
Oh, I didn't see it, but.
Hey, yeah, there you go, good job. So if you wanted to burn just 1 pound of fat per week, that means a decrease of overall 3,500 calories. So if we say 3,500 divided by 7 days, that's 500 calories a day that you have to take off. So now that activity in those stairs start looking pretty good, huh? I'm just kidding. Or maybe you want to decrease your calorie amount, if that's your goal, is to lose weight. So 3,500 calories, 1 pound of weight loss equals a reduction in 500 calories per day. Now if you wanted to lose 2 pounds a week, that's 1,000 calories net loss per day. That's a lot of calories.
200 flights of stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think of stairs, that's a lot of stairs that you have to do. So that's just something to think about too. 1 pound of fat, 3,500 calories. 2 pounds of fat, 7,000 calories. So great plate tip number 2. Enjoy your food, but eat less. I feel like that goes without saying. There's no obesity epidemic here in America, so we don't have to worry about this one. I'm just kidding. So just make sure that, I know that it's really hard to cut down on those calories, but if you can, try to eat less. Think about the food whenever you eat it. Think about using all 5 senses. Looking at the food, tasting it for texture, maybe even hearing it. Maybe it sizzles, maybe it pops. Maybe smelling it to see how it smells and even how it tastes too. Think about what you eat and slow down. That's the easiest way to eat less. So take your time when you eat. It takes about 20 minutes or so for your brain to register what your stomach is doing, okay? So what I mean by that is if you eat really fast, you may overeat because it hasn't signaled to your brain that you're full yet, okay? So one way to think about eating and to think about how you feel when you eat is to look at the hunger scale. So has anybody seen this hunger scale before or heard of it? Okay. So think of a hunger scale as 0 to 10. And 0 is you're in a desert and you have not eaten for days, which hopefully that has not happened to anyone in this room. And then 10 is Thanksgiving all over again, okay? That absolute feeling of fullness. Okay, so on the hunger scale, we want to be in that middle range, that 5. That's where the perfect number is. That's a neutral feeling. So it's important to pay attention how you feel. You should start, if you're feeling at a 3 or 4, which means you're kind of getting hunger pains, that's fine. Go ahead and start eating, but take your time. And kind of reevaluate, I would say, every minute or so to figure out, am I still hungry, or does this look really good and I want to keep on eating it, okay? So just listen to your body and listen for those cues. So if you're trying to maintain your weight, you want to stay, let's say, I think I put, here we go, stop at a 6 or 7, okay? So that means you're starting to feel full, starting to feel a little tight. So stop right there. Now if you're trying to lose weight, you may want to stop in the 5 to 6 range. And the reason for that is because you want to make sure that you're not eating as much so that you can lose weight. Does anybody have any questions about the hunger scale? No. So, great plate tip number 3, avoid oversized portions. So I know that I just took this picture and just resized it down to make it look like it was going from a big portion to a smaller one. But really what we mean by that is using serving sizes and portion control to make healthier dining options. So whenever we're eating out, I know that it's kind of hard, especially here in Texas. We like everything really, really big, and especially our plates. So if you're eating out, one of the options is maybe to cut it in half and have half of it now and half of it to go later, maybe for dinner or something. The trick that I do is when I'm ordering, I tell the server that to just bring me half and box up the other half and just give that to me later. I don't even want to see it because I know that if I see it, I'm going to eat it. I don't have self-control. But anyhow, so that's one of the options. You can also share an entree. That's also a really great option, and it's also economical as well. Another option too is you can choose an appetizer, but just don't choose too many appetizers.
Valerie, just
yes.
I'm Tim Ryan from Cisco, from Orlando. One of the things I don't know if you're seeing in the restaurants in Texas, but the industry is changing to go to smaller portions. That 8-ounce hamburgers are going away. They're really moving to a cheater of 7-ounce. You can't really tell the difference. To the restaurants that are being challenged to go to the 6-ounce. Getting the prices down on your menu, so even though it's your establishments, right? You have your price point. Hey, on Wednesday nights, the church only wants to pay $10 for the meal. So, think about the portion controls.
Yep.
And you know what? The trend is eating less. So when you're hearing this for personally, but think about you're seeing it in the restaurant community, you're seeing it in schools, universities, hospitals, the whole bit is portioning down.
Retail's even doing that too.
Right.
Like, the Cokes are, instead of being 20 ounces, they're 16 ounces.
And keeping it at the same price.
Yeah.
I know, that's right, yeah.
This food's getting
Right.
more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, food, yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, it's all about health, right, guys? It's all about health. We want to live longer, so it's a good thing that portions are going down. In my opinion, it is. It's all about our health. So another way that we can decrease our portion size or even monitor our portion sizes is to use smaller plates, bowls, serving containers, or even glasses. And an even better way to control how much you're eating is to portion out your foods. So who in here has actually portioned out foods before or has used measuring cups or spoons for, you have?
Mm-hmm.
How did that work?
Well, my husband has a heart condition, so I measure his food to make sure he's only getting some.
Awesome wife.
Count him that.
Good, so since it sounds like you're probably the only person in this room that's measured something out, okay, other people have too. Here are some easy ways to do it, even if you don't have measuring cups at home, or maybe you're out. Okay, everybody hold up that hand. Make a fist. Okay, your fist is 1 cup. So think of this as a vegetable serving, or maybe even a fruit serving. It could be a beverage serving. It could be cereals. It could be soups. Hopefully you're just thinking fruits and vegetables, right? Yeah, the good stuff, fruits and vegetables. Your fist. Okay, now change that to a cupped hand. This is a half a cup. Now, we're not talking about like a mound. We're talking about a level half cup. If it's for cooked vegetables, oh yeah, mound that on. But maybe even for like potatoes, rice, pasta, those starchy side items, make sure that it's level. And now I laugh about this. I put ice cream on here because who eats that much ice cream? But it's funny. I can't picture myself actually putting ice cream in my hand. Maybe you want to portion that out. Yeah, it's 1 scoop. It's hard to stop at 1. Okay, 3 ounces. So this is for your meat products, so hold out your palm, okay? So 3 ounces is basically just this palm part. It's not including your fingers, it's just the palm. It's also the size of a deck of cards, so it's kind of like the thickness of your palm as well, okay? So 3 ounces. For some guys, I mean, I'm sure we can hold up, my hand's basically 3 ounces, but for some guys, their 3 ounces stops right here. Let's see about yours. Yeah, your 3 ounces stops right here where the bend is. So 3, yes.
Suggestion, tonight at the banquet, so we can show Paul that we're measuring our food, everybody take your food and
Yeah.
just like put it in your hand.
Say, I don't think I got enough here. I need more of this. Yeah, good. Is there another question? So that's for your meats, your beef, your poultry, your fish. You could even use it for beans. Okay, your thumb, whole thumb is tablespoon, okay? So this is the stuff that we need to start limiting. It's okay in small amounts, but we need to limit it. So salad dressings, peanut butter, sour cream, cheese. So basically, the good condiments. And teaspoon is just your thumb tip. So it's basically like where the nail bed is all the way around. And that's for your butter. I'm looking around, everybody's like, what, how much for butter? No. Butter, margarine, your oils, things that we already know that we need to limit in our diet, okay? So again, yeah, whenever you guys are at dinner tonight, use your hands. See if it's the right portion size. Oh, wait,
Start back on
what?
Monday.
Oh, right. Diet starts on Monday. Got it. Great plate tip number 4. These are foods that we need to eat more often of. And this goes without saying. I feel like this is something you should know. I eat more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy products. So these next tips are gonna help you to doing all of that. So we already know from the My Plate guidelines that half of our plate needs to be fruits or vegetables. I'm gonna go through some examples to add or incorporate more fruits or vegetables, or to start thinking about more fruits or vegetables in your diet. So vegetables. I am the queen of fast food preparation. Not fast food, fast food preparation. Because I'm in and out the door, and I'm sure you guys are too. Everybody has a really busy lifestyle. So an easy way for me to cook vegetables is to put them in a little container with a little bit of water, microwave it, done. Really, really easy way to cook vegetables. You can steam them, you can actually cook them on the stove, you can bake them, you can do lots of different things. But what I found is the easiest thing to do is have somebody else do all the prep for you, and like, you know how you buy it in the grocery store and it's already cut and chopped up? Do that, so that way you can just throw it in your salads, or maybe you can just incorporate it into your dish or your skillet to make something really quickly. Another thing with vegetables, make sure that you choose color. Who knows that vegetables are not just the color green? There's other vegetables out there that are not just green. You've got the yellow vegetables, you've got the red ones, the orange ones, you even have purple ones too. So think outside the box, think about the colors of the rainbow, if you will, for vegetables. Another easy way to incorporate vegetables into your diet, or something that a lot of people don't think about, is checking your freezer aisle. Now this is really great. I love frozen vegetables because typically what they do with frozen vegetables is they cut them, at the farm they cut them at the peak of their season, and then they flash freeze them, which essentially means that they quickly freeze them down, as soon as they're cut. So, and they bag them up and put them in the freezer. So when you go to cook them, it's basically the first time that they've awakened in a long time. So you're really retaining a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients, a lot of health benefits by eating frozen vegetables. So don't just think of, if I skip the produce aisle, I'm fine. There's other options too. And another option would be canned vegetables. The only thing with canned vegetables is we want to watch the sodium content. So for that, some ways that you can cut the sodium content in vegetables is you can rinse them off, or you can purchase vegetables that say like reduced sodium or low sodium, or maybe even no salt added. those are the best ones, because those are literally just cut and put in the can.